When us as people are fans of a fictional universe, sometimes all we wish is to go there for ourselves, to escape our mundane reality and jump into the pages or screen. We write self-insert fan fiction or go on to create new ideas and help shape what we love for future generations to enjoy as well. But what if we could actually go to those worlds? What if we could indulge that itch? What if our artistic hyperfixations came into the real world? I went to Super Nintendo World to make my Tylenol-pilled brain extraordinarily happy, and I want to show you as much as possible. However, you're going to have to wait on that for just a second, as we start our journey on day 1. I actually didn't record that much on day 1, as Universal Studios separated Epic Universe from the main 2 parks, and we would be going to Nintendo World the next day. Since this was a family trip, you could basically separate the days like this. Monday was for my sister and her Harry Potter hyperfixation. Tuesday was my day, since I stayed in Nintendo World for 12 hours straight. And Wednesday was for Halloween Horror Night, which I'll get to later. Anyway, here's everything I captured on day 1.
When that slowly girl just all full of herself?
Yes.
She sounds like Mariah Carey. Bye, Hybrid.
Wait, how about this one?
It's walking her.
Looks like a bunch of fish.
That pink First years?
Well, no, you're not even old enough to go to the school. No, I don't think I will.
You two are running around.
In fact, if I keep this in something, I'll just censor out your face and keep your bickering.
What? You guys, is it not working? Not.
Alright, here we are. About to go to the land that most people can only dream of going to. The land of virginity. Going up the pipe, I wasn't fully sure what to expect. Yeah, I had seen videos of the park, but I had learned from FNAF VR that sometimes videos are not able to do something justice. Go, 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 go. Well. My heart rate is extremely high. Once I got up the escalator and out the castle, I was truly blown away. I actually can't fully believe that I'm actually here. It genuinely feels so surreal. But here we are in the land of Mario. Alright, chat. Alright, chat, comments. We got the bracelet. It's time to wreak havoc upon the Mushroom Kingdom. Mr. L shall rise again. Oh, that's cute. Now
Now I see why the Booster Course Pass was so obsessed with these flowers. It's the only thing Nintendo had on their mind.
I decided to walk around a bit first before trying any of the rides out. And after taking in the scenery, I decided to take a ride on Yoshi first, seeing as how it was one of the former Japan exclusive rides. And the waiting room was one of the nicest ones I've ever been in.
Why are you speaking English? Stop speaking English. You're not supposed to do that.
Nintendo and Universal really went all out, making everything an enjoyable experience. Even people that aren't extremely autistic about this 5'1" red plumber and everything he's ever done can enjoy themselves. And for those of us that haven't had sex, I mean are massive fans of the franchise, there's tons of little references that'll make you giddy beyond belief. Now I may have been an idiot and recorded the inside of the Yoshi for half the ride, but that's neither here nor there. If you're watching this, you're probably just as autistic as I am and have already seen the ride in a different video. Or my mom sent you this video to show you what we did in our trip. If the second one applies to you, please don't dox us in the comments. Thank you.
So just finished Yoshi. Definitely for the younger side, but still an enjoyable experience. Make sure you don't have stuff in your pockets. That hurt.
After getting off the dino that is far too good with their tongue for some reason, I decided the best way to spend my time was to beat up a small child. But he has been beat up before, so to make it harder for future swirlies, he locked himself in his room with a totally illegal mushroom and gave the 5 keys to his house to 5 random people he found on the street. However, since Bowser Jr. is someone who was dropped on their head shortly after birth, he forgot to lock 2 of the 5 doors, and I only needed 3 to get him. First, I blew up a turtle by using the corpse of his brother to trigger the explosions. Then I cranked a Goomba off a hill with speeds he never felt before. For the last door, Bowser Jr. kinda ran out of budget, so I just flipped some tiles until the suspiciously round hole in the wall spat out a key. I now had the means to dropkick a toddler, and went to the hallway outside of his room to do just that. However, there was a line to do so I had to wait my turn and look at how dirty his house was in his baby pictures. I didn't record giving him a swirly due to knowing I didn't have a good place to put the camera, so here's some footage I stole from insert whoever I'm taking this from here. Something to mention is that Universal Studios in Orlando has the same park experience as Japan, meaning that the Yoshi ride and the entire Donkey Kong area are here for us to enjoy. So of course I went on land owned by a mammal. It was Gex Night after all.
Alright, it's time to enter the land of a mammal. Holy. Guys, I don't think film does this place justice. Editor, who's most likely sitting in the Airbnb, please confirm. Does this act like... is this on Justice on Film? I don't think it is.
After heading back to the Mushroom Kingdom, I felt kinda hungry, so I found a little hole-in-the-wall snack bar. I got a calzone-type thing and a mango smoothie. Both were surprisingly good and not overly expensive. For a theme park, at least. After murdering that turtle, I decided to go on the Mario Kart ride for the first time. However, I went in the single riders line due to a promise of a potentially not 3-hour wait time. I did get in faster, however, I didn't get to see any of the fun waiting rooms doing this. I also didn't film much of the ride since you need AR glasses to truly experience it, though I did get this part where the ride seemingly broke for some reason. Although I hadn't done the Donkey Kong ride yet, I saw the wait time and the frequent delays due to weather and decided to meet up with my family so they could experience the capital of virginity themselves. While showing my sister around the park, we came across an area I had no idea existed. And in that area, we had to stop a bomb from trying to kill himself. Because what better way to immerse kids into the world of Mario than having them roleplay as police negotiators? Moving on from that grim fate, I helped my sister get the keys needed to give Bowser Jr. a noogie. Then we did just that. Sibling bonding. Afterwards, it started to rain.
Please remain seated. Your Yoshi will resume at any point. Don't leave your Yoshi. Gotta stay in there.
Once the rain cleared, we went back over to the mammal's land and get in line to see just how many OSHA violations he had firsthand. Cranky Kong was also there.
Well, it's about darn time you showed up. These days. When I was your age, I had a little something called respect for my elders. Now listen up.
I didn't film the ride itself since I didn't feel like losing my phone. However, there are other people who felt like taking that risk, which is where the footage you're seeing now comes from. Thank you, whoever I decide to take this from, for the footage. After the minecart, it was time for food prepared by Chef Toad. Now, I was a little worried due to seeing a bunch of mixed opinions online, but the Toadstool Cafe here was very different to how videos showed the Hollywood locations. Instead of needing a reservation, you just needed to walk in, place an order on the app, and tell the staff how many people were with you. Then they seated you while you waited on your food to show up. We all got the Star Lemonade thing, and it tasted pretty good. Nothing to write home about, personally. As for food, both of my parents got the Mario Burger, my sister got the Fire Flower Spaghetti, and I got the Luigi Burger. A plate of garlic nuts were also ordered. They were much better than they had any right to be, a solid 7 out of 10. My Luigi Burger was a mixed bag. It started off tasting kind of dry, but as I kept eating, it got a bit better, so 6 out of 10 at first, but about a 7.8 out of 10 after all is said and done. The fries were also nice and crispy, but for the most part, they just tasted like any other fast food restaurant, so can't really give any praise there. My sister complained about the spice in her food. I had a small amount of it, and it wasn't bad at all, and this is coming from a basic white boy who doesn't like spicy food. The taste itself was... you've had cafeteria food, you know what it is. The meatball was pretty dang tasty for no discernible reason. Not sure what that was about. Now on to the main meal event, the cake. If you've seen other creators' videos about the park, you may be expecting it to be the pink cupcake that Hollywood got. However, Orlando decided to go above and beyond and give us the full Mario 64 thank you screen cake. This was fantastic, and even though Orlando put in all that extra work, they still aren't getting that promotion. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, the shortbread cookie that was in front of the cake tasted great. And the cake itself was phenomenal. Best thing in the meal, 10 out of 10. Little apples and raspberries lined the sides along little star cookies on the top. The frosting was exceptional and complemented the moist vanilla cake very well. The strawberry filling in there just adds to the flavor. I 100% understand why people were disappointed when Hollywood only had the cupcake. After the meal, I went on the Mario Kart ride with my sister. And this time going through the main waiting room and seeing all the little details in Bowser's library. It was worth waiting an hour just to see it all, for the most part. Just seeing all the old renders on the posters, next to stuff like a custom stained glass piranha plant lamp, is just an incredibly funny contrast. I actually did record the ride this time. The sets, at least. Though I'm not going to show you all of it, because yes, after the ride, it was late. It was almost 9 p.m. I got some nice camera shots, then went back to the shuttle bus. Though you should know that I didn't leave the park without embracing in some good old-fashioned capitalism. Merch haul. Alright, first up on the chopping block, I got this shirt. Very nice. Very stylish, very, corporate friendly. We can't just end it off with just one shirt. No, we gotta get more. We gotta get more shirts. And a very basic Luigi t-shirt. I think I got it just because it says Luigi on it, and that's kind of funny. Oh yeah, don't mind the audio quality. I'm in an Airbnb right now. Not home. So, backup mic. Oh, we got the exclusive Chef Toad figurine. Ooh. Honestly, don't know why. I think it's because an exclusive figure and Nintendo fanboy and me go. Of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Luigi. Oh yeah. Yeah, Yoshi. I had an entire discussion in a server whether this is the 50 ways to kill a Yoshi. It is not. Remote control RC car Luigi. I don't know why this was there, but I'm not going to question it. Exclusive collectible drink cup thing. It does not hold as much as you think it would. Toadstool Cafe plush with the money launderer himself. Another exclusive figurine because of course I had to. It said it had the buzzwords, guys. I had to. Of course, the power-up band. I wouldn't really count it, but I don't know. It's merch. A keychain. Nice old little thing. A pen that I got just because it's kind of funny. You know, you see it? Click, click, click. Another keychain. One side has question, the other side has Chris Pratt. Mario Kart. Product placement. And of course, last but not least, the trophy to signify that I spent money. Yeah, they don't give this to you if you win. You gotta chalk up $30. Little spoiler alert for the trip. I ended up spending about $843.94 on everything in total. Keep in mind that I didn't pay for the hotels or park trips itself. Alright, on to the next day. I didn't do much this day, mainly because the main event was Halloween Horror Night, where I mainly embraced in the FNAF portion. However, before I get to that, I accidentally wandered into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. No, I'm not joking. They had some weird stuff on the menu, yet it somehow wasn't bad. The spaghetti pizza honestly didn't taste as bad as I thought it would. The mixture of flavors works quite well, probably since the dishes share a lot of ingredients. The meatballs on it were quite average though, overall a 6.8 out of 10. I got the Chica drink and it was great. It's kind of hard to mess up limeade though. The gummy in there was just kind of aight, 8 out of 10. Now, the cupcake is filled with all kinds of details.
The sins you have committed will not go unpunished. It is time to meet your maker.
The eyes, the teeth, and candle are all white chocolate. I'm sure they're high-quality chocolate pieces, but I'm not too much of a fan of white chocolate personally. Nothing against it, just not for me. The icing is a nice vanilla and has what I think is raspberry filling between the cake and the frosting. The cake itself was a nice chocolate one with, I'm not sure what was the center, maybe a bit vanilla. The entire thing was somehow richer than the Princess Peach cake from yesterday. 9.6 out of 10. I wish I could have finished it. Now, the long time of waiting to get into Frederick Five Bear's saloon. Nothing really interesting happened in there, and of course I couldn't film the attraction itself, which was really disappointing. I did manage to get one picture though. It may look bad, but I think the blur adds to it. However, this picture isn't enough, so have this footage from a video I found by insert name here. Anyway, I absolutely loved walking through the pizzeria. As someone who's been a fan of the series since FNAF 2, it was extremely surreal to see the animatronics in person. Yeah, they might have not been as high quality as the ones in the movie, but it was good enough for me. And of course, I had to do some more capitalism after the walkthrough, but not nearly as much as the day before. Now the FNAF haul. Not nearly as much, like I said. Just this shirt, which goes way harder than it has any right to. I don't know who the artist is, but whoever they are, absolutely fantastic. I got a poster with the same design. How nice. And of course, a sign to let everyone know that no, I don't go outside much. I've been home for almost a week now, and I could have uploaded the video almost immediately after I got home, but I chose not to. I wanted to let it marinate in my head for a little bit. Let me fully realize just how special this was. And since Mom has informed me that she is sending this to friends and family, to the family that helped fund this trip, helped give me an experience I will truly never forget, I just want to say thank you. Words cannot describe just how much this trip meant to me. I wish I could. I wish I could go and thank you individually, but I just don't know how to put it into words. But just know that I am forever grateful for what you've done.